Hello there, it's just me, your old buddy Grizzly Jim, and today I want to take a little stab at answering the question that I probably get asked most, and that's when someone's first starting out is what poundage bow should I shoot? So to cut a long story short, I can't answer that question because I'm not you. I don't know what you're capable of. I can give you an idea, but poundage is relative and not everybody can shoot the same poundage. Some people enjoy shooting a higher poundage, some people enjoy shooting a lower poundage, some people can't shoot a higher poundage. But the one thing that I would recommend is that you start low and build up to something that you can manage. Because if you're shooting a bow that you can't utterly dominate poundage wise, you're going to be struggling with it. And if you're at full draw and you're trembling and you know you're really struggling with the shot, you're not going to be doing your best archery. Your bow isn't going to be performing in the best way. You're not going to be performing in the best way, and you're not going to be getting the best out of you or your equipment. And it's not a popular opinion, but it's my opinion. I'll put my hands up, I own it. It's not the most popular opinion, but most archers at kind of like the recreational kind of level are overbowed. I see it a hell of a lot, and I mean, I was overbowed for a while. Everyone goes through it. And if you're overbowed, like I say, you're not going to be shooting at your most efficient. There's no point in fighting your equipment. There's enough going on when you're at the archery range or at a competition. You don't want to be fighting your bow as well. You want to be completely in control of your equipment. And if you're really struggling, it's not going to be working out for you. And I don't know an archer that hasn't improved somewhat by dropping a few pounds and just bringing that bow back into your control level, and honestly, you'll have a lot better time with it. It's us trad guys especially, there's a underlying kind of macho thing going around about poundage and how you've got to shoot a higher poundage, and I understand the mentality of it. I mean, I had exactly the same mentality. I think, well, if I'm shooting a higher poundage bow, my arrows are going to be faster, I'm going to be more accurate. It's not really the case. Certainly a trad bow, if you're just on the competition circuit, you don't really need anything more than about 40. You could be able to hit all the distances you want with anything sort of, you know, around 30, 40 pound. I'm shooting a 30 pound bow at the moment. And I'm not struggling hitting any of the distances. I was shooting 80 meters the other night, just for fun, just at our club, and I could get that. It wasn't a huge issue, and that's only a 30 pound bow. So you can do it with lower poundages, and being in control of a bow is far more beneficial than fast arrow speed. Like I said, my opinion, and I stand by it. At the end of the day, you've got to shoot what is comfortable, what makes you happy. Now, if you can shoot, say, 100-pound recurve like someone like Tex Grabner, great, go for it. I think he's built differently, but he can shoot that kind of poundage. And it's not an issue. He's not struggling. It's in his wheelhouse. It's fine. Me, that would fold me in half. There's no way I could do that. But that's me. I'm not him. He's not me. I'm not you. You're not me. Everyone's different. Everyone's going to approach it differently. Everyone's going to have a different kind of comfort point when it comes to their archery. So be in control of your equipment. Shoot what makes you happy. And yeah, and don't overdo it. We've only got one body and we don't want to wreck it. And if you are shooting a poundage that's too much for you, you risk injuring yourself. And if you love archery and you injure yourself doing archery, you're not going to be able to do the archery and you're going to be in for a bad time. So just be a little bit mindful when you're looking at sort of a bow, or even the bow you're shooting now. Especially, I mean, I did a video not so long back about sort of getting back into archery and how important it is not to be overbowed, and I still stand by that. It's, you know, a lot of us haven't really shot for a while, so be mindful of that when you sort of shooting again, because I know I really struggle if I even take a couple of weeks off. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a little bit of knowledge nugget I wanted to chuck at you. Just a quick and dirty video. Like I say, it's not going to be anything too fancy, but just a little bit of knowledge that I wanted to share with you, because it really does help. Like I say, I don't know an archer that hasn't dropped a few pounds and hasn't ultimately benefited from it. Just being able to be in control of your equipment is amazing. And once you're in control of your equipment, you can dominate that poundage and get used to it. Go up a few pounds a bit later on, but when you're come in low. Something like if you're just getting into the sport of archery, yeah, you could buy a really fancy trad bow. That's what I'd do, but you are limited to sort of limbs and stuff, and going up poundages, it can get quite expensive. So your first time around, an ILF setup, something like this My Bow Wave, with some recurve limbs, interchangeable, the sort of limbs that grow with you, are a fantastic option. Sort of like say, come in low, build up to something. Don't just come in at a high poundage because you think that's what you should do, or you think that's what you need. With the right setup, you can be efficient at almost most distances. Look after yourself, look after your equipment, and just enjoy what you're doing. But anyway, I've rambled on for far too long about a subject that probably nobody really cares about. But anyway, I hope you found that useful. But you take care, shoot straight, and I shall see you on the internet. Bye bye.